When you think of the person with the greatest influence on your life, intense emotions associated with special memories come with that extraordinary person. Due to being young adults, the majority of us have come across a person that has greatly impacted our life. Throughout my adolescent life, a few people I've encountered have changed my outlooks on living increasingly towards an optimistic perspective. On the other hand, I've had a plethora of people that pushed me towards a pessimistic outlook, but none of these people had the most impact as Brianna Brunner, which was one of my therapists. Brianna was the ultimate reason I got through most of my life as a young teenager. She was a person consisting of love and concern for others, and a drive for succession she held both in her personal and professional life. The past comes into play with the incredible relationships that I share with Brianna. During my freshman year of high school, I had a hard time dealing with depression and anxiety, and at 14 years old, I saw my first psychiatrist. When being labeled with these issues that I had, I felt like I would never be normal or like other kids, whatever that means anyway. The therapist I had initially wasn't any good. I don't even remember her name because she didn't matter to me at all. She didn't care or she didn't want to help. It was almost like she was just in it for the money. This made me reluctant to go to therapy again, just based on my past experiences. All the while trying to find a therapist, I still felt depressed and anxious. Eventually, my mom got me a referral to see a therapist at the DBT Center of New Jersey. I'm not sure if by chance or fate or some universal destiny, but I got paired with Brianna, and I owe my life to that cause. Initially, I wasn't willing just because of my past experiences, and I felt like I didn't need therapy when it's what I needed the most, which included a good therapist. Brianna connected to me specifically through expressing warmth in how she interacted with me. My therapist has that kind of smile that they don't teach at therapy school or college or therapy training. It's genuine and inevitably makes me want to open up to her. By being so upbeat and positively outgoing, I knew that she was who I wanted to be like. Someone who doesn't see so much as what's wrong with the world, but appreciates what is right. Even though I had an overwhelming sense of failure, Brianna had some way to instill hope in myself. Whether you believe it or not, one person can have so much influence on your life. She made it easier to remain optimistic during my times of difficulty. There were a lot of times that I felt like I was so lost and couldn't figure out my purpose with my life. I felt like I was just existing instead of living. But Brianna had helped me come up with reasons why I wanted to keep pushing. That's the cool thing about her. She doesn't really give me the answers to my problems, but helps me figure them out myself along the way. The best thing, without a doubt, about Brianna is her genuine concern and care for others. We all know that saying, fake it till you make it, and a lot of therapists that I've had before this did exactly that. They were there and they listened, but they weren't genuine, and I didn't feel emotionally connected to them at all, which is the complete opposite with how I feel with Brianna. She cares because she wants to, and I feel not a lot of people think twice about doing for others. Since being my therapist is her job, it's required that she's paid, but to be honest, I don't think she really cares about the money when it comes to her clients' well-being. When it comes to the extent she goes in order to make sure that we're okay, I believe that for her it makes all the hard work that much more worthwhile. The influence that I've had from people in my life have been both negative and positive, but the most impacting influence has been from Brianna Brunner. I sincerely hope you have all had the pleasure in listening to how Brianna Brunner influenced my life so greatly, not just by being my therapist, but by being a genuine, loving person. I believe that all of us should live a life worth living, and if I can carry on Brianna's ways of instilling that into some of you today, then I think I did Brianna justice in what she's taught and helped me achieve in my life thus far.